Yo, what's good everybody? I'm your boy Jadiro. The Twisted Blade build still slaps. Let's go right into those aspects. And the first aspect I want to talk about here is the Blade Dancer's aspect. The Blade Dancer's aspect not only increases the damage of Twisted Blades, but it also gives it an AoE hitbox. And you're going to put that on your crossbow. The second aspect I want to talk about is the Resilient as Silence aspect. The Resistant as Silent aspect gives us resistance when using Concealment. And after killing an elite, it also reduces the cooldown of Concealment. And we're going to put that on our pants armor slot. Next, we're going to talk about the Juggernaut's aspect. It gives us a flat armor increase, and armor reduces the physical damage we take. Always take this. And we're going to put the Juggernaut's aspect on our chest piece. And finally, the last aspect I want to talk about to make this build work is the aspect of Corruption. And the aspect of Corruption increases the potency of our imbuement skills to vulnerable enemies. Alright guys, that does it for all the fundamental aspects. Let's talk about the unique items you're going to want next. And the first one we're talking about here is X-Fowls or Zafal's Corroded Signet. And this ring allows our damage over time effects to have a 50% chance to explode, dealing additional damage. Huge. And the last unique I want to talk about here is one I can't pronounce. And this dagger not only increases the damage of our core abilities, but it also gives our basic abilities a 30% chance to give us 3 combo points. Too dirty. So that does it for all the fundamental aspects and the unique items that you're going to want. Let's go into those primary and secondary skills next. But as for the skills, let's go over all the primary and secondary skills briefly. So we're going Puncture, then we're going Enhanced Puncture, and then we're going Fundamental Puncture. This way we get resource management and we can make our enemies vulnerable. Moving down to our core skill, we're going Twisting Blades, then we're going Enhanced Twisting Blades, and then we're going Advanced Twisting Blades. Now we have Twisting Blades doing some nutty damage. Down to our agility skills, we're going to go Shadow Step, and then Enhanced Shadow Step. And then we're also going to go Dash and Enhanced Dash. Now both of these skills not only give us more mobility, but it helps increase our damage. Moving down to our Subterfuge skills, we're dumping a full 5 into Concealment. And I didn't mention it, but we're dumping a full 5 into Twisting Blade too. And what Concealment does is it allows us to move through our enemies, and it also grants us Unstoppable, which frees us from CC. CC is crowd control, so stunned, feared, frozen, you get it. Then we're dropping 1 into Smoke Grenade, and then 1 into Enhanced Smoke Grenade. And I'll explain why later. What we really want is this damage buff from Smoke Grenade. Moving down to our imbuement skills, we're dumping a full 5 into Poison Imbuement, 1 into Enhanced Poison Imbuement, and then 1 into Blended Poison Imbuement. And all I gotta say about Poison Imbuement is big damage. So moving down to ultimate skills, we're taking no ultimates and we're going to go straight to our key passive. So for our key passive, we have some options. We can go Momentum, we can go Close Quarter Combat, or we can go Victimize. If you're feeling a little bit underleveled and squishy, I suggest you go Momentum because we get the damage reduction and the energy regeneration. And if you feel like you're min-maxed enough on resistances and armor and maximum life, then you can go Close Quarter Combat. Close Quarter Combat will grant you additional damage when using your Marksman and Cutthroat skills in tandem. And the Marksman ability is Puncture, and the Cutthroat ability is Twisting Blade. However, currently I'm not at the max level yet, so I'm going to go Momentum. Now the reason I mentioned Victimize is you can get some cool spicy aspects that make Victimize plausible, but I highly recommend either Momentum or Cutthroat. So that's all the primary skills. Let's go over those secondary skills next. So let's work our way backwards for the secondary skills. I'm going to put 1 into Adrenaline Rush to give us resource regeneration, and then I'm going to put a full 3 into Haste to give me a mixture of movement speed and a mixture of attack speed. Moving up to our imbuement skills, now this is a funny one. It's called Frigid Finesse, and this increases the damage we do to chilled or frozen enemies. I'll explain how we get this proc later. And we're putting a full 3 into Frigid Finesse. Moving into our Subterfuge category, we're going to dump a full 3 into Exploit for damage and a full 3 into Malice for damage. Then we're going to dump a full 3 into Agile for survivability by increasing our dodge chance. If you can't hit me, you can't hurt me. Now we're going to put a full 3 into Mending Obscurity. This gives us health back when we use our stealth abilities, like Concealment. So now when we use Concealment, we regenerate health. Now moving up to the agility skills, we're going to put a full 3 in Weapon Mastery for damage. Now up to our core skills category, we're dumping a full 3 into Stutter Step for mobility. And then we're dumping a full 3 into Sturdy for damage reduction. And then we're going to dump 1 point into Siphoning Strikes for survivability and sustain. Alright guys, that does it for primary and secondary skills. Let's move on to the Rogue Specialization next. And the specialization we're going here is Combo Points, no surprise. Combo Points gives our Twisting Blade 154% damage multiplier and increases our movement speed. Crazy. Alright guys, that does it for the Rogue Specialization. Let's move on to that Seneschal next. Okay, so as for the Seneschal guys, we're going Tempest and Flash of Adrenaline for our Governing Stones. Tempest actually makes the Seneschal feel like it's dealing damage, and Flash of Adrenaline increases our damage. But as for the Tuning Stones for Tempest, we're going Frigid Support, Resource Support, and Swift Support. So Frigid Support will give our Seneschal the ability to freeze and chill our enemies. And that's why we dumped a full 3 into Frigid Finesse. Next, we're going Resource Support just to help us with our resource management every time Tempest procs. And then we're going Swift Support just to get those procs quicker by increasing the attack speed of Tempest. As for Flash of Adrenaline, we're going Duration Support, Tactical Support, and Safeguard Support. So Duration Support will increase the longevity of our damage buff, and Tac Support will reduce the cooldown of our Flash of Adrenaline. And last, as for Safeguard Support, this gives us damage reduction. And that's it for the Seneschal. Let's go over the gems next. As for gems, guys, in your armor slots, always go Ruby. It increases your maximum life. And as for weapons, we're going Emeralds. This will increase the critical strike damage we do to vulnerable enemies. And last but not least, as for the jewelry, just put the gem in the slot for the resistance that you need help with the most. All your resistances cap out at 70%. So that does it for all the gems. Let's move on to the Paragon board next. Alright guys, as for the Paragon board for the rare glyphs, I'm currently working on Chip, Canny, Exploit, and Turf. I suggest leveling up Turf first to 15 to reduce the damage you take from close enemies. And then I recommend leveling up Chip to increase your damage output. Now one of the rare nodes I suggest you get right away is on the Exploit weakness board. And that rare node is Hunter Killer. This gives you a damage multiplier to the damage you deal to elites. As for the legendary nodes, I'm working my way towards Exploit weakness. And Exploit weakness gives you a damage multiplier to vulnerable enemies. The next legendary node I suggest you take is Tricks of the Trade. This gives you a damage multiplier when using your marksman skills and your cutthroat skills in tandem. Also, another huge legendary node I suggest you get is Eldritch Bounty. Eldritch Bounty not only increases the resistances to the imbuement you're using, but it also increases the damage to the imbuement you're using. Huge. But moving on from that, guys, that does it for the Rogue Paragon board so far. I'm still leveling it up. I'm still trying to max out all my nodes. I still got a lot of leveling to do. And I know I always say I'm going to show you guys a full explanation of the Paragon board. I promise you guys, once I actually finish a character and I stick to them, I promise you guys are getting a full explanation. As for the Barbarian, guys, I actually finished leveling him to 100. So the next build guide that I do for him, you will get a full explanation of the Paragon board for Barbarian. Alright guys, there's something I want to show you here before we move on to the next segment. So I have a smoke grenade proc on my helmet and my boots. One gives us a smoke grenade from taking damage, and the other one gives us a smoke grenade from using dash. That's why I put 1 point into enhanced smoke grenade, so that when it drops smoke grenade, I'm doing 25% increased damage. But let's move on to that wave clear and single target damage next. Alright guys, so here we are, my favorite place to be, the dope tunnels. I'm going to show you a wave clear demonstration next. Alright, here we go. We got a pretty good group right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dash in, pop my imbuement, and then let Twisting Blades do the rest. So what you want to do is keep mobile as this build, right? So every time you see your dash up or your shadow step, make sure you proc that. When you see your imbuement up, make sure you proc that too. And as you can see, Twisting Blades still wear and tear, bud. Still great. Man, that was quick. Alright, we got some more wave play here. As you can see, I'm kind of in a bind, so I'm going to use my Concealment to get out. I'm going to get my Poison Imbue up, start dropping my Twisted Blades, just start jumping through them with Twisting Blades. Because Twisting Blades, when used, it travels towards you. So, like, even since they nerfed it, it still does significant damage, right? So, always kind of keep that up. Remember, always use your Shadow Step and your dash. Concealment takes you out of fear. Boom. Perfect. Alright, guys, here we are at the boss fight. I'm going to demonstrate some single target damage. Dash in, imbuements. Just sit here. Dash away. Dash behind, Concealment. So Concealment just gives us, like, keeps us healthy and it gives us that resistance buff. Poison Imbuement, just watch them out. Good night. Single target damage. Alright guys, so that was the wave clear and single target damage. Let's limit test and do a high tier vault run next. And guys, we're going to do a tier 55 Vault of the Stone next. Okay guys, here we are in the vault, and my nemesis showed up, Stormbane's Wrath. This guy, honestly, if you guys see this on your keys, Stormbane's Wrath, just salvage it. Let's get some wards here. So this is going to be extra hard today, especially in the last room. So this is as far as I've gotten with the rogue as I've got with the rogue tier 55. So the idea here is, because you're so squishy, even with momentum, you just keep moving. Try not to get caught up or stuck in rooms. Just keep moving. You know, you get stuck, use your unstoppable procs, but just drop Twisting Blades off and keep moving. I'm not ready yet. That's the whole idea. Once you get to level 100 and you can start sorting out your Paragon board and your resistances and your maximum life and such to make you more tanky, that's when it gets a little better. But before then, it's really hard. So. By no means is this an easier build for Twisting Blades. It's definitely fun. Like, they did nerf Twisting Blades, but it's still good. As far as I'm concerned anyways. Oh, talking too much, not paying attention to my life. Gotta watch my potions too, because I tend to use a lot of those. I haven't upgraded it properly, the potions. This is kind of like a sneak peek at what I do when I do my live streams. This is basically what it is. Low on energy. No potions. Just keep moving. That's usually typically always gold, right?
I'm not ready yet.
Let's use our concealment. Get out of there. Generate some health. Kind of skip past everybody.
I need more time.
Alright. Want to grab this as soon as possible. Because that Stormbane's Wrath, guys, don't play. Oh, here we go. We kind of got stuck there. That's good, though. We got mad damage on. Oh, I got the conduit. I didn't mean to click on it. Oh, well. Let's have a fun. This is so dope, right? Let's just have fun. Boom. Good night.
I'm not ready yet.
Just push every button. Clean sailing. You know what I should have done, though? I should have hit the lever. There we go, yeah.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, I thought we were back. Ooh, chest armor. Sweet. That's cool. Well, that definitely helped, right? And it gave us mad experience, so that's pretty cool, too. I think we're almost in the room here. I think it's just above. Or just ahead of us here. Make sure we got those potions. Shadow step out of there. So this is a scary situation where I don't have any of my unstoppables or dashes up.
I need more time.
So I gotta be very careful. Like, see, you can go really low. Now, my strategy this high up is typically stay on the wall and just throw what we can. But we can't now. So, like I said, it's extra hard now that we got Stormbane's Wrath showing up. But basically, just trying to avoid the drama. Just do as much damage as you possibly can. That's why I took extra stacks. So I was like, man, Stormbane's Wrath. It's not going to let me do my typical strategy. So I kind of have to, like, dart across the room. Dodge everything here. I might die. It might be, like, 1 or 2 deaths. I'm going to be honest. I'm trying to do this in one run for you guys to make it cool, but, you know.
Time to do that.
We gotta wait for that timer to finish first. Stream focus. Concealment. Disappear for a bit. Let our Seneschal do some work, because it does do work. But that Stormbane's Wrath guy is nobody's friend. There we go. We won and done it. Tier 55, let's go.
I need time to do that.
But see, even after, that's why I hate Stormbane's Wrath. Because even after the dungeon, the vault run's done, he still sticks around. But we gotta clear the room, right? Because we're very squishy as a rogue at level 89. But, pretty good though. See what we get. Boom. Nice. Alright. Oh, I dropped something here? Oh, Pearl of Warding. Yeah, you need those to do the Zoltan's Warding. Alright, here we go. Loot Fountain. Activate. Boom. Alright guys, that does it for the limit testing of tier 55. Let's move on to that build summary next. So as for our skills, we're going Puncture, we're going Twisted Blades, we're going Shadow Step, we're going Dash, we're going Concealment, and we're going Poison Imbue. And if you guys want a build planner for the Twisting Blades build I just provided, I'll include in the description a link to Mobalystics. For all the fundamental aspects and the uniques, you guys can go back to the beginning of the video and I'll chapter it there for you. For armor gems, we're going rubies. For weapons, we're going emerald. And for jewelry, we're going whatever gem you need to increase your resistance. As for the Seneschal, your main stones are Tempest and Flash of Adrenaline. And if you guys want a detailed explanation on the tuning stones, I'll chapter it for you in this video as well. And finally, as for the Paragon Board, I'll chapter it for you as well. You can go back to the video and watch it there. Well, that does it for my Rogue Twisting Blades build guide. I hope you guys enjoyed. And guys, don't worry about liking and subscribing. If you enjoyed today's video or brought you any kind of value, that's all I could ask for. Thank you for watching. But feel free to let me know if there's any way you think I can improve my videos or if you just simply enjoyed my video. Well, that does it for me, guys. I'm going to get back to leveling this rogue. I'm your boy Jadiro. Sign up for now. Peace.